I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and if you can see this, I want you to watch the date on it. And then here's a letter that supports that from the district attorney back November 2001 from the office of Jim Osborne, the district attorney, state Alabama in Moulton, Alabama. This is where I was taken. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace and brought there to Route 4, Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin when actually both twins were murdered. I'm not going to show all of this. That's easy enough to check out, Lawrence County, etc. But they gave me the name of a twin, and both twins were dead, deceased. Oh, I also contacted Richard Proctor, which I had nothing against these two at all. They're law enforcement, and they knew of my kidnapping. In other words, Richard Proctor was judge of probate in Lawrence County, Moulton, and his also has the July the 9th, 2001 on it. It's the 2001, all right? So Richard Proctor, his grandfather, Price Irwin, was the one that delivered the twins, and I'm not talking about them. The state of Alabama and people in Moulton, Alabama, certainly all over, have covered up the mess. But supposedly the letter that I got stated, it marked through the dates of birth, because they gave me the name of a dead girl, Peggy Dempsey, and Carl was dead too. They were killed by their mother. So I'm not going to go in there. It was just marked through. That's illegal. All of this has been illegal. And here is just, he's writing back to me, this is not my name. This is the name I have to go by, Peggy. And they gave me the name of Dempsey, the twin children. And it's just saying that they had referred it to the sheriff's office. Well, when you call the sheriff, this is where I grew up and graduated. They'll say, it's almost like this joke, they'll say, well, the FBI is handling it. You're going to have to go back to London, where the crime happened. I'm trying to pick it up here. And, well, that's a joke. I'm a hostage. I can't go back to London. That's why I'm calling them. So I want to say this real quick, because this, real quick, before this goes out. This involves mind control murders, and Larry Flint was shot while I was doing the book, Lawrenceville, Georgia, and the person programmed to shoot him. And I didn't know Mr. Flint before then. I just knew because some of these mind control murders, because you can't see mind control, have been deliberately done in patterns. So he's saying here that I knew who was responsible for his shooting. And Larry McDonald, a congressman doctor, was one of them I wrote about in a book, and medical malpractice book, and had antifreeze put in me. Should have died April Fool of 80, because this has all been a sick joke that everybody has watched over my life, and so many people know it, and yes, the press knows it. Now, I wanted to get to this. I don't just put this on video. I'm not getting paid. I'm trying to get my name back, but this is part of telling about this mess, and it's almost like kill the messenger, me. I want to go to this one. You need a bit of a time line and synchronicity in a database to put it together, but I'm going to, rather than hating me, I'm just people hating me, and I'm just going to say, was Jessica Chambers, the teen in Mississippi that was burned, was that a mind control murder? I'm just going to leave it up to you with a question mark. Her sister, Amanda Prince, lived in Texas, and Cortland Fire Department was a spokesman on this, and the footage on a convenience store camera in Cortland, Mississippi, where Jessica shopped for gas at 6:30 p.m., and she was dead about an hour later. So rather than forensic proving things, it's done in patterns, and yeah, it can be proven. So over the years, I've written about them, and mind control murders, and this is Timothy McVeigh told everyone that the U.S. Army implanted a computer chip in his buttocks. And I had written about the implantable biochips. This was in '96 that this was done, this book, Project Lucid by Tex Mars, I believe. But this is the one that was definitely done in patterns. Now then, before I'm not going to try to explain all where the Jessica and the Chambers and the Cortland. I will say this, that as far as I know, I was brought to Moulton in 40. Well, I was brought there in 41. How they got me across the pond from England to there is anybody's guess. But Cortland Air Base, and I put this on a lot of videos, and I've said this for a long time, because Lina Dempsey, mother of the twins, the one that made my life, I mean, her personally, a living hell. I was told to call her mother. I mean, the abuse was sick beyond belief that was inflicted on me. But she worked at Cortland Air Base. It had just been built. So I assumed that it was flown in there, because this is my dad, Edward VIII, who was forced out. He's the good guy. He was married to my mom, Claudia O'Keefe, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe. So that's the Queen Mom, my mom, not Elizabeth's mother. Bo, she was kin to the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and Bilderbergers that kidnapped me. And Joe Kennedy, JFK's father, was ambassador again. So they were flying in and out at the embassy, JFK and his brother. So it's a question who really landed in Cortland Air Base and put me there. Roosevelt appointed Joe Kennedy ambassador. I said that this is my uncle who helped kidnap me, helped take down his own brother. He's illegal. He sold out Great Britain. So Elizabeth is illegal. The whole mess is illegal. But they've gotten away with it so far. So, but these murders were done, and I've put on, if anybody cares, it's almost like writing a book all over again. I didn't get that one published because they put the antifreeze in me. And by the way, I'll say this as quick as I can. This is where the patterns started. I mean, I knew about the mind control, about the murders done in patterns way back before 70. I didn't know the mechanism used. It's mind control. So I was going to say something else on here, and I'm not going to have time to, so I'll just stop. Elizabeth and her father's illegal. The treaties that have been signed are illegal. That get sent to place in American Army and military all over Great Britain and holding Great Britain hostage. Everything's gone. The United States controls it, including me, and I'm Victoria II, legal heir to the British Crown. Now, the family in Moulton that's left of the Dempsey, that was the name they gave me, rather than trying to help expose what was done to me, and I'm going to, I'm just going to make that a statement. One of them seems to be nice. I don't know. Well, I'll just leave it at that. But the ones that remain want this shut up. That if it had happened to them, first of all, they are in knowledge of a crime, and they've done nothing to help expose it. And now then, everybody wants it shut up, like forget it, it happened. So kiss my grits is what they're saying to me, telling me to go to hell. People say they've walked, and this person has a bad life in this one. I'd like for the world to be able to judge and see what was done to me and my sons, and to my mom and dad, who love me very much, and to the British people and German people, because the truth hasn't been told. And by the way, I want to say this before this goes off, and I've forgotten his name. Oh my gosh. He was made a statement. He's the assistant district attorney in Huntsville, Alabama, Madison County, and I worked there for Fred Simpson in 80. And Simpson was supposed to marry Wallace, my dad. That's a lie right here. She married a double. And I lived at Warren House Apartments, so you can get it there. Warren is in the Warren Commission that covered up the Kennedy killing. Mind control was used in that, and the Martin Luther King. But it would lead back to me and my kidnapping, and they say it would rock the financial world to do the right thing. This woman controls my money. I'm living in hell, and she's renowned, and people just hate my guts and want me to shut up. But anyway, I'm going to take it back to that. This is a little bit similar